Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. I'm Ernie Johnson. Tonight, it'll be the Bucks. Well, for Milwaukee, this is a team they played pretty well against last season, going 3-1. They'll look to keep that edge tonight. And while we have a moment here, another discussion topic. Shaq, you are one of the most physical players the league has ever seen. Who would you say right now are the league's most physical players?
Sorry to correct you, Ernie. Not one of the most, the most. But anyway, Ernie,
you're not sorry to correct me. You take great pleasure in correcting.
And one of the most humblest.
Elbow sandwich, that's right. So let me go, Ernie. Let's see. Point guards, how about Russell Westbrook? Shooting guards, I'm going to go with maybe D. Wade or Lance Stevenson.
Okay.
And at the small forward,
that's easy.
I got to go with the greatest of the game, LeBron King James.
Well, since he took the smaller guys, which is unique, I'm going to take the power forwards. Blake Griffin. And you know what?
I won't bow down to no man.
Welcome to this Thursday night in the NBA, right here on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan alongside Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg. And for the Milwaukee Bucks, they come into tonight's game after the loss to the Indiana Pacers.
And the effort down the stretch, those final few minutes of regulation, that's what they needed, but they were burnt out in the overtime.
Yeah, that's a good call, Greg. I mean, there was a little bit of a letdown for them in OT, and that can happen after you expend so much energy just to force the overtime.
Here are the starters for Milwaukee. We've got Jay on the way out there at Parker. It's Michael Jordan, and it's Allen in at the point guard. Well, Clark, the Bucks were much improved on the road last season, going 18-23.
Yeah, they were very competitive. This young team fought hard and rarely found themselves out of games on the road, which is a good sign for the future.
And the Bucks with possession here. Out to Parker, pass to Jay. Over to the wing, 6 on the shot clock. It's Allen with the drive.
And really, he epitomizes what a point guard should be. I mean, his skill as a passer might actually be matched by that creativity he shows around the rim.
Well, judging by that jam, Greg, I'd say you're absolutely right.
Boy, that's a nice surge for them just when they needed it in a game that was so tight.
Drummond, a bit of a disappointing season last year. Not so much in play, but people want to see a bigger lead from him. Now, his numbers are still pretty jaw-dropping, but I think he's got so much there to give.
He has a lot of potential, Kevin. And listen, I don't think his play was bad. He just had such huge expectations to live up to. I mean, player development is not a straight line, and it would have been very hard to have him take another that sophomore jinx. But I'm expecting a big year from him this season.
It's deflected and stolen by Jordan. Kicks it out to Allen. Pass to Jay. To the right side. Detroit with the rebound.
You know, for Drummond last season, his numbers were relatively the same. The expectations placed on him were so hard for him to live up to. Maybe now those will be tempered a bit and he'll play better.
Wow, got that one off right in the face of the big fella. Nice quick-fire release.
Yeah, and the mid-range shot really the only option in that situation. Sometimes when you're facing a bigger guy, you can't get it all the way to the rim. They really can't allow him too many open looks like that. I mean, that's just inviting trouble.
And another thought on Drummond, a lot more was expected of him last year, and he saw more attention. Even though his numbers were close to the same, I really felt his impact on the floor was not.
They grabbed their own miss. Jackson laid in with a nice touch off the glass. Jackson's got his second bucket of the night.
Just not enough bodies on the glass right there, and they paid for it.
Well, Greg, I know you're a little guy, but you know what it means to box out, and it's an effort thing and a mindset deal. You got to get your body between that other player and the ball.
And it's good.
How can you forget about him? I mean, he's not going to miss that open of a look.
Allen drives in.
And I tell you what, nobody willing to put a stop to that slam.
Yeah, a break for the defense. That was a case of stand back, watch the show, buckle up.
able to do anything about that one anyway, so discretion, the better part of valor there.
And the replay, of course, presented by Kia. What a play. Now, here's Parker looking for his first basket still in this one. Jay, the pass to Allen. To the wing right side. Parker kicks to Allen. Takes a three. Offensive rebound. Plumlee dishes to Jordan. Hits the three-point bomb.
Boy, such outstanding patience and decision-making for them offensively.
Absolutely. Their ball movement has been outstanding, and they're following up the assist.
And stolen by Jordan. Allen kicks to Parker. It's hauled in by Tolliver.
And typically he has the touch to finish when he's in tight, but not sure on that possession.
23 seconds left in the first quarter. Here's Caldwell Pope. That one's in. His first bucket of the game. He's 1 for 2. Bucks have gone 5-9 from the field here in the first. They set the pick. The pass to Jay. On deep. It's Drummond with the rebound. 3 seconds left, and Caldwell Pope gets the basket.
They are really doing a nice job establishing a presence inside early.
And watch Clark how the game plays out, because this is going to open things up on the perimeter.
A good close contest so far as we finish the first quarter. The Pistons on top. They lead by 2. And the second quarter about to get started. We'll be back in just a moment. Well, it's been a tight one so far as we get the second quarter going back here. And guys, looking at what you've seen so far from the Pistons, what do you think?
I just like the way they're getting out in the open floor, taking advantage of all those fast break chances here early on.
I agree with you, Greg. I mean, they can run, and they've done a good job filling the lanes in transition.
We've got Johnson. Reggie Bullock is out there with Jody Meeks. Then it's Aaron Baines. And it's Morris in at the 4 slot. They're the group Detroit to start the second round. And the call is going to be, yes, it is, an illegal screen.
Oh, an illegal screen there. One of the toughest calls for an official to make.
And it is one of the toughest calls, but most of the time they do a good job with it. And you have to appreciate how officials get that one right more times than not.
Now, here is Morris. He picked up 12 points in their last win against Washington. And now it's Allen running. He can go all the way. And it's out of bounds. The Bucks able to retain possession here. Pass to Jay. 6 to shoot. Takes the 3. Allen, that's good. Allen's got the opening basket here in the second quarter for the Bucks.
Well, we know prior to last season, the Pistons handed the car keys over to Stan Van Gundy. He had some early hiccups, but overall, I think they're headed in the right direction. He's a proven winning coach in the NBA.
Morris passes to Meeks. The Pistons working the ball around now. Johnson's shot is off. Milwaukee in the lead. 3-pointer. Here's Plumlee. Meeks with the steal. Second quarter, we're a little over a minute and a half in. There's the double team with Allen. Meeks, good. Meeks got his first basket. Well, with Coach Stan Van Gundy, it was a very successful first year in Detroit. He's a guy who's going to build around defense. That's been his MO.
And Van Gundy has always been a defensive first type guy, Kevin. I mean, the last 30 years, he has probably the best defensive efficiency for a career as a coach. And his teams always play with great emphasis on that side of the ball.
Finding their way to the stadium last season for the Pistons at the bottom in several home attendance categories last year.
I mean, they used to go a lot when they were winning championships. But to be fair to those fans, it was hard at times to watch the Pistons play. I mean, they could get colds and really struggle on their home court.
Now, here's Morris. He hasn't scored yet, but I'm sure will change.
The lead changes hands once more. There has been no separation between these two teams.
You know, it's made for one heck of an entertaining game. Even when it hasn't been the best basketball being played, it sure has been fun to watch.
The drive by Jordan, and Baines pulls it down.
For the Pistons, a lot of their woes here at home were due to defense. I mean, their 18 and 23 home record comes from allowing too many good looks for their opponents.
Bucks trail by 3. Allen passes to Jay. Fades back. Trying to bank it in, but he misses.
The defense did a really good job of choking off the middle there once he got inside.
Here's Bullock. Baines dishes to Johnson. Morris is screened, and Allen with the block. It's going to be a 24-second shot clock violation. They turn it over. A different look here for Detroit. Drummond's checked in for Aaron Baines. Tobias Harris comes in for Johnson. And it's Jackson in for Reggie Bullock. 1:25 left in the first half of basketball. Allen passes to Jay. Back to Allen. Lock at 6. Fires from 14. That one's in there. The Detroit lead is cut to just 1 point on the basket from Jay.
And the Pistons, how about starting out 2 and 13 at home? I mean, they did turn it around afterwards, going 16 and 10 to finish out the season. At least they seem to be headed in the right direction.
Out to Harris. Tries it again. Feeds it to Drummond. Even after 2 offensive rebounds, they just can't get the lid off. Right wing. Jay, covered by Morris. Allen for the 3. That's another miss. Number 4. He's 2 for 6 shooting. Jackson kicks to Meeks. On the wing, Jackson, defended by Allen. Meeks outside. Basket is good. The assist from Harris. Meeks got 5.
There you go again. A nice kick out after the D had collapsed on him.
And a pretty tightly contested game here as we end the first half. Pistons lead by 4 and will return shortly.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Ernie Johnson here again with Kenny Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. We welcome you back to the 2K Sports Halftime Show. It was a closely contested first quarter for Detroit. At the end of the period, they held a 2-point lead. The second quarter was a strong effort for them as they continued to battle, and they were able to close out the half in a good position. Kenny, what's your take on Detroit so far?
Well, quite simply, their bench showed up tonight. And when I say showed up, I'm talking about on the offensive end, because they were scoring in bunches. Now, you want your reserves to just at least come in and hold the fort, but they did way more than that tonight.
And now, Shaq, let's get your opinion on Milwaukee.
Well, they need to be more aggressive. They got to take the ball inside. See, scoring inside the NBA is like running in football. You're taking control of the game physically. Sure.
All right, that is going to wrap up our halftime report as it's just about time for the start of the third quarter.
The third quarter now beginning. Both sides looking to pull away in the last half of the game. Without question, Jay displaying his skills today.
Yeah, you know, one of the things about the truly great of our game is that sometimes you get spoiled because of how consistent they can be. And so far, another big scoring night for him.
And oftentimes when he puts up that many points in the first half, he follows it up with an even better second half. We'll see if that's the case here.
Well, we've got a moment. Let's set the floor. Brought to you by Gatorade. All fueled up for the second half. Setting the floor for the Bucks. Parker out there with Miles Plumlee. Then there's Jay. Then there's Allen. And it's Jordan in at the small forward. Well, last season, the Pistons didn't reach the playoffs for the 6th consecutive season. They're making progress, but as we can all see, still have a lot of work to do.
Yeah, you know, they were spoiled for a while there. How about going to the playoffs from 1996 to 2009? So it's been a rough stretch here of late. But you get the feeling that the building blocks are in place for another push.
Rebound Andre Drummond.
Boy, but he was close, Kevin, to making the defense pay for lackadaisical coverage there.
Yeah, you may not be as lucky next time down if you're the defense. You cannot allow him to get those kinds of looks.
Milwaukee with the ball. After the basket by Detroit. Pass to Jay. That drops, and it comes off an assist from Parker. And that's 13 points for Jay.
Great way to start the half. Easy layup against some soft team.
Well, for Jabari Parker in his rookie year, not the kind of NBA career start that he wanted. Played great. Was probably the rookie of the year until the time he was injured, blowing the knee and cutting the season short.
A great call. He definitely would have had a great chance. Really just made a transition seamlessly. Very efficient as a rookie before that injury, which was a really tough thing to watch for anyone as he was showing so much promise early on in his career.
He almost got to that shot in time, but not quite. You can't touch the ball once it's on the way down.
Different look here for Detroit. Aaron Baines comes in for Drummond. And it's Johnson in for Tobias Harris.
And for Parker, he could have been in the Rookie of the Year running with his play, scoring just over 12 points a game, shooting almost 50% before the injury ended the season.
The Bucks have been perfect at the line so far, albeit just 2 for 2.
And even in the short glimpses of last season, you can see that Parker was the real deal. I mean, he had no problem finding ways to score. And even with his injury setback, he should be a great player for years to come.
Jackson drives in, steps back and shoots. Pistons keep it alive. Shot by Johnson, no good.
I'm a fan of anybody who defends that way. I mean, they weren't about to open the door and just allow him to cruise in for a layup.
Allen with it, and it's Johnson picking him up. Allen passes to Jay. He's been up and in off the pretty assist. Jay's got 16 points.
That's 3 of 4 here to start the half.
Over in the corner, Caldwell Pope takes the 13-footer. Good, he hits the jump shot. And the Pistons lead by 3.
Not an easy finish right there, but a beautiful move to give himself just enough space to get in close and knock it down.
Quick hands and the ability to anticipate the opening to create a turnover is so valuable, especially for a guard, as we see 2 tremendous talents with their ability to steal that ball away.
You know, and John Stockton, the only player to have cracked the 3,000 barrier in terms of career steals. You ask the fans about Stockton, and it's his passing they'll remember. But if you ask the players he's played up against, they'll tell you it's his defense that was just as strong.
Here's Jackson after the basket by Milwaukee. Over in the corner, Meeks. That's good, and it's Jackson with the assist that time. Jackson's got his 3rd assist on the night. Well, Milwaukee last year became just the 9th team in NBA history to go from Greg being the worst in the league to a playoff team.
Unbelievable what they accomplished. And they had a tough matchup in the first round with the playoff season Bulls, however. Things didn't go well, but they did get some valuable experience from that effort.
And so it's Detroit with the ball. Following the 3 by Milwaukee, it's Meeks outside. They'll get another team.
Went for the 2-hander on that slam. That's where the weight room comes into play, Kevin.
I think some urgency from him there.
Man, I think he's sensing that this is a critical time in the game, fellas.
They set the pick. Allen drives in. Parker passes to Jay. Allen outside. 5 to shoot. And lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot 2. And Jabari Parker is a rookie, drafted number 2 overall behind Andrew Wiggins. But there was much debate about which of these players, which of these prospects would be better NBA players. What do you think?
Well, I think both show they're very capable of being stars in the league. Parker got off to a great start, averaging 30 minutes a game until, unfortunately, he had an ACL. And Wiggins, conversely, went on to have a big-time season, winning Rookie of the Year. Now, this is why the breakaway rim was invented, for plays just like that.
Well, he almost brought the whole thing down, Clark, by hanging on that wall.
Yeah, he did.
I tell you what, though, great dunk, and this is even a better game we got going on right now.
And the replay, of course, presented by Kia. What a play. And Clark, a great competitive game so far.
Yeah, tit for tat. I mean, back and forth, plenty of lead changes, and excellent play.
And from the look of it, this one could go right down to the wire.
And we just finished the 3rd quarter, and we've got a tight ball game here. It's Detroit up 1. It's the NBA on 2K Sports from the... All right, the fourth quarter of action getting underway. We've had a great one so far with both sides coming to play. The Pistons leading. The big men, Tolliver and Drummond. Jackson and Caldwell Pope the guards. And it's Harris in at the 3 spot. That's the group for Detroit right now. Allen passes to Jay. No good. Now the Pistons take it the other way. And here we go. Harris heading to the hoop. Good. Harris has got the first field goal of the fourth quarter here for the Pistons.
Wow, the fans are really getting their money's worth tonight. What an entertaining ball game.
Up to this point, Greg, it's been almost impossible to separate these teams. I think this one's going to be close all the way.
Key buckets, and we know he delivers down the stretch.
The drive by Jackson. About a minute played here in the fourth quarter. Gets it to drop, and now he's shooting at a 5-for-8 clip.
And at the offensive end, he's done about as much as they could have hoped for today.
Allen outside. Now the pass to Jay. They double him with Drummond. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Parker passes to Jay. Off target with his 3.
You know, 9 times out of 10, he's going to knock that one down. He'll spray that one on you.
Over in the corner, Caldwell Pope. And the foul called on Thunder. That's foul number 2 for him.
I think he just sees some things that can be improved and wants to get everybody back on the same page.
And usually that, to me, is a good use of the timeout. I mean, if there's something that he's noticed that can give his team a lift, I think he's got to try to take advantage of that.
Let's go quickly over to Doris Burke for an update.
Over that last break, Kevin, I got a chance to hear what Stan Van Gundy said to the team. He tried to really fire them up to bring it home, saying, all night, you have all night to rest after the final buzzer. For now, we have to lay it on the line and try to bring it home. Guys, back to you.
Thanks again, Doris. Clark, some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, they need a basket just to regain some momentum here, Kevin.
Parker outside. Here's Jay. Uses the glass to drop it in. Jay's got 12 points here in the second half.
Well, they found the touch here in the second half from the field. And everything else we talk about, folks, rebounding, defense, all of that, this game is still about making shots. You got to put the ball in the basket. That's the bottom line. And they found a way to do it here in the second half.
A little over 2.5 minutes have passed here in the fourth quarter. Parker passes to Jay. Kicks to Plumlee. The feed to Allen. And it's sent back by Drummond. And here comes Harris leading the fast break. Here's Caldwell Pope. And 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle and a lot of contact here. It's on Jabari Parker. And a look at how the offensive approach has been going here so far for the Pistons.
Boy, guys, I really like how they've driven the ball to the basket in this game. I mean, they've been very aggressive with it.
Yeah, but I also like the balance because they're doing a great job of getting inside and converting around the rim. I really like their aggressiveness.
Jay, the pass to Parker. Oh, good on the triple. Pistons leading by 5. Now Detroit moving it up. Jordan kicks to Allen. Back to Jordan. That's good.
He's just such a well-rounded offensive player. He's got a little bit of everything.
Now a timeout called by Detroit. They lead by 3. There's a minute 34 left here in the fourth quarter. There's a minute 34 left in the fourth quarter.
How about the inbound pass there? Easy bucket.
For the Detroit Pistons, they won their last contest, that game against the Washington Wizards. The timely screen gave him a step, but he took it all the way. And it's 13 points for Allen. timeout called by Detroit. They're up by 3. There's 1:26 left in the game. We've played just over 3.5 minutes now in the fourth quarter. Drummond dishes to Harris. It's stolen by Allen. By himself.
And Kevin, maybe the play of the game right there.
A tremendous instincts trade to come up with a steal and then attack the basket.
Game changer right there, guys. An unbelievable play to make it this stage of a really tight ball game.
Jackson passes to Harris. Launches it. And Jackson with the basket on the assist by Harris. 16 points for Reggie Jackson.
Defensively, they can't afford to back off of him that much. You don't want to be giving up easy threes, especially at this stage of the game.
Left of the wing. 17-foot shot on the way. It's in! And he has brought them to within 2 points.
What a bucket at one of the more crucial moments of the game.
How about the cool, collected way in which he delivered it?
Harris takes to Drummond.
And it's still within reach.
But they have to be really close to perfect from here on out. I mean, they have to get their offense right on target, right on point, immediately.
And he commits the intentional foul. 24 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. And now they decide to foul intentionally. First free throw is good, and that makes it a 3-point lead. And he hits both free throws here. So now it's a 4-point ballgame.
And he steps up and knocks them down, making it a 2-possession game.
Here's Jay. Count it!
MJ finding his man right there.
15 seconds left in the fourth quarter. And they need to stop the clock, so there's a foul.
Had to foul, and on that occasion to stop the clock. That's the enemy in this situation.
And you know what, Greg? Who knows? A few misses at the stripe, and they're right there within range. You know, late-game free throws are a lot different than early-game free throws in terms of making.
It's stolen. They foul intentionally. That's what they have to do at this point. Good on the first, and that puts them up by 5. And so he drops them both. It's a 6-point ball game.
No mistakes there. I think you can close the book on this one, guys. It's done.
Here's Jay offline. And so the Pistons take the win. Probably a little closer than they would have liked it, but quite a win nonetheless.
Yeah, it appeared to me as though the fans gave them the emotional boost they needed down the stretch, Kevin. This crowd is not going to let this one slip away.